So from today onwards, we are doing Anāpanasati. Okay. This will run as a huge series. I don't know, maybe till September. By the time I reach United States, think this will run and you can practice along with me and how much ever you can do. So prerequisites before we start is should have done at least one retreat of Goenka and know something about Samatha, which you are already doing through the Mind Illuminated book of Chuladasa, which is good. That's all what you need to have. The second prerequisite is that, or you should know there are 10 immoral deeds. That's a prerequisite. And if you don't know that, it becomes a problem. So these are the only two prerequisites, is that one, you should know there is some meditation technique which is available. You can be following Ajahn Lee or Ajahn Lim or Ajahn Jaisaro or whatever it is. Doesn't mean that only Burmese have the thing, or I can be Sri Lankan, or even Jai Bhim is fine, doesn't matter. Or if I don't know any one of them, but I still know that there is something called meditation, is also fine. Okay. The advantage of going to a 10-day retreat is that it will make you feel isolated from the society, which is good. So everyone should do one 10-day retreat of Goenka, because that's the most popular and the most good one to begin with. It's not till the end, to begin with. Just like I have a child of age 3 or 2 and I want him to go to preschool. So there is preschool. So there's only games and other things. That's not PhD level, by the way. If that child thinks that that's it, and that's a problem. It's preschool. So he'll have some blocks and doing something, he'll recite something, and he comes back home after a few months, and then he's ready for going to school. So basically, all of these, what we have in the market, are preschool things. It's good to go to preschool. And then when you want to join a school, the preschool experience helps in joining the school, which is the Dhamma school. So when you get admission, you are known as Sotapanna, because you are come to the stream. You come into the stream. Now that doesn't mean that's the end of it. Oh, I think I've achieved everything. No, sorry, you're just in the school. You just started. There's a long way to go. But without being a Sotapanna, you can't proceed further, because you have to be in the school. You have to be in the Dhamma school. Okay. Now, when we come to Dhamma, Dhamma means things, nature of things. So we are now talking about Anāpana as nature. Ana is in, Apana is out. So what is in, what is out? This is a good practice for Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, because it's a sec, those in training. And at present, I'm in training. That means I have joined the school, I've got qualified, and then that's it. Okay. Now, for the next few months, both in Hindi and English, we'll be only doing this. So it'll be very slow, very methodical, and we'll see each step and we'll see whether we achieved it, did not achieve it. If achieved, how did we achieve? If did not achieve, why we couldn't achieve. So the minimum qualification is school. That means you should have got school admission, and you know you have got admission. So you're Sotapanna. This doesn't apply for those who are not Sotapanna at all. That's the sad part, but yes. But they can still sit in the class, absolutely no problem. And try, maybe it can happen. So, with this little rider, I could say, let's start the journey. But don't take it too harsh on you that, oh, I'm not a Sotapanna means, no, just saying. Just like a preschool child saying that, will I go to school? Yes, you would. So don't worry. Now, what's the first thing I need to do on Anapana? And why Buddha says Anapana is completion till Arhat. You born with first breath, you'll die with the last breath. So if something is born, your each breath is like candle burning away. And not only for you, everyone. So every living being loses breath. Okay. Now, the breath is defined in three parts. One is arising aspect. This arising, the breath arises, staying aspect, and ceasing aspect. Three states. And none of it is anybody's. I can't say this is my nose and the air is coming outside is my air. So it entered into my body. And then the question comes, that means you departed, right? Because it's mine. And when departure is there, it's gone, right? So what's the objective then? The objective to be a witness. Okay, Sakshi, witness. So Anapanasati brings in witness. The sati is the witness there. Okay. So what's the first step? Is to know what is attention. And we use this word all the time. Please be attentive. Where is your attention? Attention span. OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, means that person is not having attention. He's just only compulsive behavior. And then absent-mindedism, which is nothing but no attention. Right? All these terms we use to define attention. And in Pali, attention is manasikara. Okay. And that is where the definition of manas comes into existence. Mana means mind, or chitta is also mind, vinyana is also mind. I'm just putting out the term so that you don't get confused. Now, what does a mind do? It is an aggregator of experiences. It accumulates the data. It's a data scientist, basically. It will collect information and present it in a way which makes it more pleasing. Like, even though I was married and then had a wife, mind changes that from a normal state to an exalted state or an altered state as family. Now, if somebody asks me, can you define your family? And I would say, my family consists of my wife and son. That means I don't know the very fact that there was no wife to begin with. So now I can divorce, or I can remarry, or I can do this, I can do that, because the mind has aggregated. Okay. Now, Anapanasati cuts off these mental proliferations which have been created by the mind. Because the awareness cuts off these mental imagery, like the wife, like the son, like the daughter, like the house, like money, like this, like that. So many definitions that have been given, which mind has accumulated. And what it accumulates, it keeps. It's not its mistake. In fact, Buddha says mind is the best thing, but then it collects wrong things. It doesn't collect right things. Okay. So to understand this, I go to a Vipassana retreat, whichever retreat, done by whomever. So let's say Goenka, the best thing. I'll go there 10 days. Then I understand something and I come back. What should I do next? Don't go again. Why? Because it will pick up. Now the mind will aggregate it. Come to Dhamma to see what did you do there. Okay. Now the first step I need to do is what did I do there for the first day or the previous day? They gave me 5 precepts. And nobody asked why did they give me 5 precepts? Because they're not supposed to ask anyway. Because if they keep on asking, then the course will not end. So you require 5 precepts. So you take these 5 precepts and you stop talking. Right? And so the first one is good because all are animals which have come there. None of them are humans. They look human, but they are not. They're literally animals, caged animals, and when you let them out of the cage, they're going to do nasty things. So you make them calm. How do you make them? Give them these 5 precepts and ensure that they don't talk. Now, if I take our own example here, it's a self-discipline. So what happens? It doesn't. In our retreat, if I go by the Buddha, it's self-discipline versus forced discipline. In the kindergarten, or even lesser than a kindergarten, the preschool, what we are having, you require forced discipline because animalistic mentality. So you require. So I opened the gates saying that, you know what, adults, you learned the mind illuminated. So let's understand you got illuminated. Yes, fine. And then you're done many retreats in Goenka. Sadly so, I found self-discipline is missing. So now I see they're back in preschool stage, where you require the teacher to say, don't do this, don't do that, don't talk, don't see there, don't do this, clean your room, clean your toilet, clean that, keep this out, sit here, don't fight with your other friend, okay, don't argue. That means the entire missing of self discipline, and instead is self deception, the self delusion that I can do anything. That's unfair, but yet fair, because animalistic tendency still exists in me. And I believe the teacher is going to do some wonderful thing of making me get rid of it, which is heights of stupidity. But then, yes, at a preschool stage, I can't say in PhD what's going to happen, right? So the guide is there, he doesn't do anything. You have to do everything and show to the guide rather than expecting guide to do something for you. And then only you're getting PhD. So it's a different way of seeing from the preschool stage to the PhD level. So the first thing I need to develop in whichever method, whether the TMI method or the PMI method or CMI method or MMI method or whatever method, is attention. Doesn't matter which method you're using. Bring in attention. Attention is towards the face because you have eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body as face. Because every expression of the other person, you can see it on the face. Where else will you see? on the face. Just observe. So when the attention comes, breath also comes. That means awareness comes. Try it out on a blank wall. Set a timer of 1 hour. Put an attention on a blank wall. You will get the breath for a few minutes and it goes away. And today's topic or today thing is the 8 obstacles that will appear in Anapana. That's the topic for today. Okay, I brought you back into this. So there are 8 of them, not 5, which you have heard of 5 hindrances, but there are 3 more. Okay. So the first thing is Kamachanda, which you already know it. So what is this Kamachanda? Is that when I'm watching the wall, I don't know what to watch because it's not interesting. So it's not comfortable. So I'll ask the teacher, what do you want me to watch? The wall. Should I open the eyes and watch or close the eyes and watch? This is Visikicha, doubt. So Kamachanda and doubt are now beautifully linked. What should I watch? Okay. And then I say, watch the wall. Can you not see the breath? Yes. Watch. Now the next question comes, what should I watch in the breath? What do you mean what to watch in the breath? No, you tell me, what should I watch? Breath. What should I watch in the breath? Okay, it's very strange. Feel where the touch is. What should I feel? In the nose or in the chest or in the abdomen or where? Again, doubt. Why this is happening is because the sensual is so strong that I need that caffeine instantaneous. I need, just say, watch the wall, watch the wall. Ah, got it. No, this will not work like that. You might have a coffee. So let's grab a coffee. So what I do, I walk to the kitchen, make a coffee and drink it. Even then I could have done this basically, but I will not, because now coffee drinking is one activity, sitting is meditation is another activity, right? There are 2 separate activities, they are non-related. So when I make an activity, it's called cushioning effect. That means you cushion it out. It means you separate it out. That means meditation means cushion. Non-meditation means everything else other than cushion. So I need a cushion, obviously. And market is very strong. If you go to Amazon, you'll find various types of cushion. One with backrest, one without backrest, one with folding your leg, one non-folding your leg, one straight, one this, one that, different mats and different kinds, and with rubber, without rubber, with this, with that, with soft, with not big soft, with so many varieties. All these are Kamachanda, by the way. All, not even one is devoid of Kamachanda. On top of that, taste. That's another one I want. So before I start this activity, it's mandatory for me to do Indriya Saṃvara. That is after Sila. So my 3 months journey before Anapana should be on Indriya Saṃvara, not days, it's in months. Not taking the cushion. So if I call somebody home, I have a very weird notion. They just come and take a cushion. I don't know what it means. They just take a cushion, close eyes. And it looks zombie to me. Basically, why did you come? I don't know. They just come, Sir, do you have a cushion? And we have made many now. So there were 10 cushions. We made another 10 more, which made it 20 cushions now. And in the meditation center, we have 10 exclusive. And in the below is another 10. So the first thing after they enter my home, just like somebody asking, can I use your washroom? They ask, where is a cushion? Strange. Very strange. I don't know, this strange behavior I've never seen, but anyway, it's very strange. Everybody is strange in that way. So basically, it's not about cushion, it's about Indriya Saṃvara. And that's what Buddha is, he's bugle boy and he's loudly proclaiming at top of his voice. The second thing is Indriya Saṃvara, please. No cushion. Sir, is there any softer than this? I think it pains me if I sit on this. Oh, okay. So now I have to add in my list of things to be brought is cushion. Because this cushion is hard, so to have something softer. So please bring your own. Maybe they should bring their own toilet also, because that's the best thing. Anyway, so basically, it's Indriya Saṃvara. Now let's get this going. I watch the breath for 5 minutes. Okay, I watch, witness, not watch as something else. I bring in attention to the face. If you can't get there, look at your nose, and as you did in Goenka technique, take that only and watch. Put a timer of say 15 minutes. Look at the timer and see whether all the 15 minutes you are not distracted and you're watching the breath. You see the number at least, right? And then after that, close that alarm, that number, and watch it without seeing it. So you have one nimitta here, symbolization that this number is going, which is fine, and then without number. If you could stay for 15 minutes with number, it shows you a little kamachanda. If you close it and it goes away in 2 minutes, and then the usual Chuladasa way of saying is that the mind has drifted away, you pick it up and come, then you are in trouble. Why? Indriya Saṃvara is 0. Mara has squeezed you out. Okay, so what is Saṃvara then? Saṃvara is restraining of what? Of senses. So Kamachanda's opposite is Nekkhamma. So this is a very great word of Buddha. Naishkramya in Sanskrit, which is there in Hindu philosophy also, but nobody goes deeper into it because they don't know what it really means. They might recite it as mantra. Naishkramya, Nekkhamma means pulling out. It's literally pulling out the plug. You're not caring the music which is coming. You get so disgusted, you pull out the switch. Okay, the plug is out from the switch. So it stops. So you have to make a sankappa or sankalpa, determination that I will pull out the plug right now. So when the eyes are watching, plug is pulled out. Can't see now. Ears are hearing, pull it out. Nose is smelling, pull it out. How this can be done? So there's a process we need to follow. There are guidelines to it. You can refer to the sutta, but however, I will tell you what should be done. You should be a witness. You should see anything in this world has two characteristics. One, darkness, and the one is light. Like darkness as in night and light as in sunrise. So there should be something liking, so there should be something disliking. In the same way, if there is samsara, then there should be a state without samsara. There can't be only one state. There's always one coin, two faces. So basically, if there is condition, there should be unconditioned. And unconditioned is nibbana. That means this is not nibbana. Simple as that, right? So that's basic tenet. So if there is liking for something, there is disliking for something else. 100%. You have to see this gap. The gap is likes and dislikes are the gap, right? If I like something, there is going to be dislike. If I like my wife, then the dislike is there for the same wife. There can't be something I keep on loving my wife and without disliking it. No object in this world can exist in polarity, in separation. They're always interlinked. So if I like, there is dislike. Manapa, amanapa, as per what the mind wants or as what doesn't the mind want. So if I want to have a witness right now, I need to see the sight with the eyes as a conditioned reality. Listen to it carefully. Should see it as a conditioned reality. It means if I remove the sight, the eyes will not be able to experience now. Right? If I'm sitting in this room, the object in this room appear on the eyes because I'm sitting here. If I move to that room, those things no longer appear. They're totally gone. So the practice here is sit in this place, turn your head towards right, and all the objects towards your left will fade away instantaneously. And if you turn towards left, all the objects towards your right will fade away. They are in viraga. Basically, they are not connected with you. You are connected with them. So no objects connect with anyone. That means if the wife comes in front of me, then only there's experience of wife. If the wife doesn't come in front of me, the eyes cannot experience wife. If the wife doesn't call me, cannot experience wife in the ear. If the wife doesn't touch me, cannot feel wife in the touch. If the wife doesn't stand in front of me, the smell of her body cannot be smelled. If, like in the case of a sexual intercourse, and then I'm touching, tasting, etc., that doesn't happen if she's not there. That means wife is a creation. There is no wife in truth and fact. This is Indriya Saṃvara. Now you add it to anything, your wife, husband, office, job, to this, to that, to any objects in your house, etc., etc. You're symbolizing it just to refer it back again rather than they being there as it is. Okay? This process can take minutes to months. And the fruition of it, when it's fruitified, you will see the breath watching is indeed effortless. Then you throw the mind illuminated out of the shelf. Because it is illuminated, you don't require that book called as the Mind Illuminated. Just take it, there she goes. Then you don't require vipassana retreats because you already know what to do. So the second step after Sila is Indriya Saṃvara. And the objective taken is breath. So more and more when this nekkhamma happens, the breath watching becomes seamless, no effort. If you put effort on breath watching, you are adding more hindrances to it. That means you sit on the cushion. Cushion is a hindrance. Number one. Number two, I have to sit like this. It's restlessness. It creates irritability. You can check it for yourself. You are irritated because you can't sit. Right? And then you are irritated. It's not happening, which creates vyapada. So kamachanda leads to vyapada. Kamachanda vyapada leads to thinamida. Kamachanda vyapada thinamida leads to udacha, restlessness. And all these four leads to visikicha because now you don't know why this is happening. So you'll have doubt. So first thing first is nekkhamma. Getting out. What to get out? Senses going outside. In Dveda Vitakka Sutta, Buddha talks about it. He says two kinds of thoughts. One which takes me to samsara, one which takes to nibbana. I will take the one which takes to nibbana rather than samsara. Okay. Now this is the first thing I need to do. After attention. The awareness development is not happening because attention is not there. Attention is not there on this parimukha. So I'm going in circles with different methodologies, different traditions, different opinions, different thought process, different so many things. And Chuladasa makes this mention of these 5 hindrances, but he doesn't say how it has to be done. You have to come back to Buddha Dhamma to do it. It's not there in that place. So it'll be a mistake that if you think reading Chuladasa book is going to help you in removing hindrances, far away from there. So then you will keep on saying that I did first stage or first step or second stage, second step or whatever it is, and you keep on going around in circles. Even though here there are 10 stages, what he mentions, which is correct. What is mentioned is perfectly all right, but you can't do it because you have hindrances. It's on breath only anyway. So basically, by now, last April onwards, these people have started on TMI. Now this April also went away. I don't know what is the current status of their affair of TMI group. I think now it has gone into PMI group or SMI group, MMI group, or whatever group it has happened. I think it is a status quo, I guess, from what I hear sometimes. So I used to attend sometime and now I left attending it because it's going nowhere. Is my, maybe I might be wrong. They would have crossed all 10 stages and they've created an 11th one of their own, maybe. But what Chuladasa has written is correct. There's absolutely no doubt in that. He has taken Anāpanasati Sutta itself. I too agree with that. But he has not said how to remove hindrance. And for that, you need Sariputta. You can't rely on Goenka or on Ajahn or on this Chuladasa or Premadasa or some other Dasa. You have to take Sariputta. That's the only teacher who can teach like a baby, for a baby level. Everything he explains is superb. So if I'm intelligent a little bit, I think so I am, I'm going to drop these things and come to my favorite teacher, Sariputta. And the first thing I'm going to do is, what are the obstacles at this point in time? The body is asking for cushion. So the body is sitting on the cushion while the mind is run away towards karma. That's the first thing I'm looking. First, it wanted a cushion, it's there. Okay, now the body is on the cushion, but where's the mind? It has gone on comfort, including the retreat. Something is going to happen. Anticipation is karma. So, what I should do? Bring it back to just one breath, because it has to have that confidence that I need to watch the breath. That it has, right? I need to watch the breath is karma. So, what it should happen? Breath watching is seamless. That should be put in the mind. It's effortless. And then the karma chanda is gone, because I'm putting effort, which is restlessness. So, basically, I'm expecting it on one side and making it restless on the other side. So, I have to drop one side. That is, it is seamless. So, what I do? I sit, look at the blank space. Now I'm watching the breath. It's seamless. Try it out. It instantly brings in. You can do it as I speak, and you'll see it for yourself. It works. But it doesn't stay. So, what should I do? Look at the fault of the senses you can't enjoy. So, I turn my head like this. All this object this side is removed. I turn my head like this. All the objects are removed. So I know none of these objects can be experienced. And then Kamachanda goes. Now I can use it for smell. It's gone. Hearing, gone. Tasting, gone. So when I'm eating the food, it's gone, right? When I'm touching, leave it, it's gone. That touch is gone. I touch like this and drop it, oh, it's gone. And you try this out. Forget the breath watching because it's not sticking. So let me try all of this. And then I've seen it for myself. So the doubt, Visikicha is gone. You see this fun. Visikicha is gone. Instantaneously, Udacha is gone for that. Restlessness is gone. And there's no thinam either. Why? In the cushion meditation, why? There's no activity. So in this meditation session, I'm seeing snoring also, like happens in Goenkaji technique. The entire meditation hall is snoring. Especially the 10 days one, I don't know about 20 days, maybe they would have matured. But at least 10 days, the snoring comes from below as well as above. Because they wake up at 4:30 and they have not done their evacuation, so they ran to the Dhamma center. So snoring happens from below. So you need to take that smell. So Indriya Saṃvara in action, and then snoring. Anyway, that is happening because there is nothing which is to be done. So Vyapada has to be removed by Abhyapada. What should I do? Is see the breath is coming and it is irregular. So forgive yourself. and don't hit yourself. Fair. Be fair with yourself. So second sankappo is avihimsa sankappo. No himsa. No mental burst. But why this is not happening, blah, 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 all that. As you talk to a child, you talk to yourself. It's fine. Just say it's fine. Okay. Whenever irritation comes, you just say, I'm fine. It's fine. Let it coexist. Absolutely no problem. It's fine. Okay. Then comes Thina Mida. So for that, Aloka Sanya. This is the most critical thing in Buddha Dhamma. And many people have misunderstood what is Aloka Sanya. Thanks to Chat GPT, it has put in a very nice way. So which I used to talk a few years ago. It says the same thing. I'm appreciating these days Chat GPT 5.4, which gives perfect. I remember my good old days in 2018 when I used to say about Aloka Sanya, people used to laugh at me. No, that's not there in Buddha Dhamma. I don't know from where it has picked it up. But anyway, 2018, 19, 20, I had a hard time in explaining what is Aloka Sanya. Anyway, Aloka means light. So that's the reason Buddha recommends non-eyes closing meditation. He's the only scientist who has understood aspect of the brain that if you close your eyes, it takes you to sleep. You are not supposed to close your eyes. Period. You have to lower your gaze, not your eyes. Lowering gaze is different than closing the eyes. And when we sit on the cushion, people believe in closing the eyes and they get into dreams. And the next moment, they are in deep sleep. It creates blankness. And they think that is samadhi. I had a very good thing, very peaceful. Yes, sleep is always peaceful. Who said sleep was not peaceful? In fact, on the buses here, they put sleep like a child. And there's a song from MLTR, Michael Learns to Rock, Sleeping Child. Sleep like a child, absolutely fair. Who stops? But if you're talking Buddha Dhamma, it's far from truth. Never close your eyes. Lower it. After few hours or minutes or whatever, the eyes will automatically close. There is no problem. There is no problem with that. Voluntarily, it closes is fine. Involuntarily, you close it is not fine. That means when I sit on the cushion, because we are used to cushion meditation, lower the gaze. That means my eyes, the face should be straight, but the gaze is lower. I'm not making my neck like this, straight neck, lower the gaze. Then expand your chest. Don't make it like this, tighten, expand. Make this chest as straight as possible. So then the lungs expand, so there is no oxygen deprivement, which is another reason why your eyes get shut. Now you sit. Okay. Beauty part of this is that mind gets cleared of fog. Three things you will observe: mind fog, which many people complain, mind fog. Two is a blankness, meaning after 1 hour sitting, you feel you went somewhere. That's called blankness. That's blankness, basically. And 3, non-remembrance. What you did in that 1 hour, you can't remember. You should remember the sounds which came. You should know how the air was touching your body. You are completely aware of everything, yet not involved with anything, is samadhi. Okay. And then your anapana is going good because your breath awareness is complete awareness. I'm not talking attention. Attention on the face, awareness of everything. Awareness of everything that is happening in the body and outside the body. You know, both ajjata bahidda. Okay. So, thinamida. Udacha, we just spoke, but then it jumping from one tree to another tree because scattered. Vikepa is scattering, avikepa is non-scattering. So what you need to do? Remember the Buddha, Dhamma or Sangha. Just that. And the scatteredness consolidates. Okay. Another not so good thing to do is taking deep breaths. I don't recommend that, but nothing works, then you have to do that. But otherwise, stop the breath watching, start reciting the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, understanding the meaning and etc. Udacha is gone. Then you'll come back to breath. And we spoke about Visikicha. Now Sariputta talks another 3 of them: Avijja, Arati, and Akusala Dhamma. So here the meditator thinks that I am in this state. What he should know is it's a process, not a person. If you follow the guidelines, you will get it. If you don't follow the guidelines, you will not get it. Avijja is I did it. Reality is you met the condition. So the advantage of Sariputta is he will take you to Arhat because he has used Avijja here. The Sankharas also goes away because now you know that you are not meditating. There is no you in meditation. There is no thing called meditation. It's bhavana, development. So I think we need to stop using this word called meditation. Rather, if somebody asks me, Vilas, what do you teach? I say mind development. I don't teach meditation. There's nothing to meditate. Meditation is repetition. You repeat all over again. This is samsara. I had 1 hour of cushion sitting, 5 minutes break, another hour of cushion sitting is samsara. You're doing the same process again. It's a failed process. If you didn't get something in 1 hour, you think you're going to get another same thing in a different thing in another 1 hour, doing the same experiment. Einstein, please go and talk to him. He will say you can't get this different result doing the same experiment. You have to do different experiment to get different results. Yes, like I said, for a preschool, yes, that's a must. And not for this one. So you come and see if the pain is me, if the pleasure is me, if I've entered into jhana, etc., all of that, if I'm explaining for real, it's avijja. The real is mid the process, it works. Taking an IITN as an example, you meet it, you meet the standard, you get there. You meet the standard, you get a job. There's nothing, there's a process, it's just a process. There is a standard to be met. You met the standard, you're there. You couldn't meet the standard, you couldn't get it. Like in business, there are certain things I need to do to get business, which I didn't do. I couldn't get it. So there's no secret there that for some God known reasons it didn't happen or that happened. It could not meet the condition. So Buddha Dhamma is all about meeting the condition, making sure it meets the condition. That's it. There's nothing else other than Buddha Dhamma showing it's conditioned. Even jhanas are conditioned, which is good, but it's conditioned, still conditioned, right? Now the next one is avijja. So I had to keep on pushing for the process. Tell me the process. Tell me the step. Tell me the process. Tell me the step. See, if somebody tells me there is nibbana, I should ask him, tell me the step. And even the Chuladasa, there are steps. Perfect. It's good. And Vipassana, Ubakin, Goenka, the steps is perfect. For that level, that's good. Go ahead. Now here is a different one. This is 18-hour ride. Because of waking moment consciousness. We are working at waking moment, not at closed moment. That means when the consciousness is gone in deep sleep, it cannot be awakened. So that's the reason Buddha says awakened. That means in the waking state, which is 18, 16, 18, whatever number of hours, I'm awakened to reality than to a delusion. Right? And that's what we are talking about. So the avijja thrives on ignorance. So the first ignorance is there is only 18 hours with me, which I don't know. Now I have got to know that my day is only time I can live. There's no other time. Having known for myself that there's only 18 hours, that means I've experimented, I've seen that during sleep I can't remember anything because I'm either dreaming or deep sleep. So basically, I can take myself to be in 18 hours time frame. So I'm working. If I know this, then I doesn't come. I'm asking for process. Give me a process. Tell me what I should do. So then I do it. So the I goes away. What does that mean? Now I can see the Dhamma. First Dhamma that will come is Kaya, Kshaya in Sanskrit, which means if there are 100 coins, you throw away one coin, gets 99. You throw the second coin, it becomes 98. That means it's getting exhausted. So each breath is a coin. Take it like that. It's not unlimited, it's limited. The day you exhaust all the breath, it's gone. The consciousness departs. Clear? So, how many coins you have? On an average, you spend 15 coins in a minute. That means you spend 900 coins a hour, which is in 24 hours, you're spending 21,600 coins, which is not in your control. You can't stop it. It's a process. If poisonous gas comes, game abandoned. Right? CO2 emission or ammonia or some other gas, it's gone. So you can't take this breath as yours at all, let alone anything. So the only thing you can do is to observe the breath going in and coming out and seeing the coins are getting gone, kshaya, vyaya, spent. never comes back. It's gone. Viraga, they don't stay with you. And they've never stayed with anyone. Nirodha, cease to exist. So four dhammas, which are dhamma, not yours. That means nature. Whether you're an animal or you're a plant or whether you're anything, it doesn't matter. It takes these four basic laws. Kshaya, Vaya, Viraga, Nirodha. These are the dhamma. If I get this, I'm in Vijja. If I think I'm watching my breath, I'm a foolish person, fit to be put back to preschool stage, so I can go back and join TMI group and enjoy the ride. I can take many cushions and sit there. I'm not fit to be in Buddha Dhamma. It's better there. Chuladasa would be more than happy to take me in because anyway, he says first stage, first step, second step, and I keep on explaining the steps to everyone, and they say, "Wow, very good, very good. Okay, good, good progress for Chuladasa, not for the Buddha." Okay, so I'll come to know whether I'm meant for school or preschool with this process. So please remember, avijja is these four dhammas are not seen. Vijja is you get the four dhammas. Kshaya dhamma, vaya dhamma, viraga dhamma, nirodha dhamma. Now to understand it correctly, you check on the internet as well. A person on an average breathes 15. You can check it out. I'm not saying for the sake of saying. You can count it also, otherwise, they've counted it 15 breaths a minute, 900 breaths an hour, 24 hours, 21,600. Okay, do the math. For these many years, how many breaths, how many coins you spent? And one big problem, you don't know how many coins remain. It's a minesweeper game. You press somewhere, the person is gone. So many deaths are attributed to this minesweeper. So they say he was sitting here, he was drinking tea or coffee. I don't know what happened. He died or she died. Minesweeper game. Because that's all it was. Meaning that Ayu is defined by the breath. Ayu went off. Consciousness departed. So before we fight with anyone, we need to know breath is limited. Don't fight. Not only you lose your breath, that person also loses his breath. That means he's spending more than what he can. So when you touch 50 breaths, you will have panic attack. Beyond which heart starts to act funny. And then done. Heart attack. So be careful with your breath. I think the doctor is there. Maybe the doctor should speak more than I speak. There are two doctors today. One is Mangala, who is sitting there, and also Madhukar, who is sitting here. So maybe if I'm telling wrong, they can correct me.
No, Namo Buddhaya, sir.
Namo Buddhaya.
And we breathe about 14 to 22 breaths. That is the normal range. And when you call it hyper. When you breathe more, you call it hyperventilation.
Yes.
And that brings about chemical changes in your blood, which alters the receptors in the brain also.
Correct.
And that alters your vagus nerve, and it can stop your heart and very many other things. It's a vagus nerve is a huge nerve, so you can have a lot of chemical. I mean, it's very sensitive. So the chemical changes cause a lot of derogatory I mean, actions in your body. You might go into an atrial fibrillation. You might go into a heart attack. Uh, so many things. You're very correct. I mean, I didn't don't need to correct you. You're very correct, but I just wanted to add and tell you that you're very correct. I mean, you're on the dot.
Thank you.
Namo Buddhaya, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for the reaffirmation, Mangala, because some people might feel that this is not true. So the medical
No,
person,
no, in fact, I think I want to reiterate here again that a lot of your followers are doctors. I mean, Vijaya, I don't know whether she's here today.
she's there.
Vijaya, yeah, Vijaya, Kalpana, me, and I've seen other doctors also, Dr. Rai, Dr. Madhukar, I've seen speaking. We are in it because, this is a very scientific, it's very, 25 years ago when I was doing yoga, my son said, "What are you twisting your body?" I said, "It's very scientific. Now it has come into the world." So these people were far ahead of their time. I mean, they were very scientific, and which we have lost. I mean, our whole country was plundered, and the knowledge has gone. We all know that, and we're very lucky that people like you are bringing it back, and so nicely bringing it back. It's very scientific. Uh, why I'm saying this? Why I'm with so much of confidence? Because see, we have gone to body dissection, microscopic visualization of the tissues, the physiology in a very detailed manner. We keep reading. So the basics of human body, and we know, the doctors know. So I think gradually. I mean, I prophesize that more and more. After a little while, you'll have to inculcate spirituality into the health system. Even the definition says that you have to be spiritually normal. So, and this has been experienced. We are all, I mean, I'm a very senior person, very old person. I know what happens when you get angry, and you might get a heart attack all of a sudden. So this is not lie. I mean, this everything that you give us these discourses. We go back and read the suttas, and you are right on the suttas. You know the suttas very well. So you are not digressing from the sutta. That is why we have confidence in you. And I mean, uh, Buddha, to everybody, I mean, the whole world will bow down to him. That is my this thing. Yes, just yesterday I read about Richard Gere, and I think we should all. It's just an affirmation. Reading about him is affirmation that you are on the right track. So, Namo Buddhaya, sir. I don't want to take too much of your time.
Sure, sure. No worries. Okay, now comes the last one. If this is not the least, is we're to take the remaining one when we meet tomorrow, because a huge one before we start our journey is Arati. This you're going to get in just 5 minutes. Dissatisfaction, boredom. You watch the blank wall. Hardly in 5 minutes, the person gives up. He can't. He can see the breath is coming and going, but then there's nothing, because there's nothing happening. He wants something happening. The dopamine level hits so low that the serotonin, which is supposed to be giving him that nice warmth, is gone. So if serotonin goes away, oxytocin, the pain resisting chemical, will not work. So it's given up due to boredom, because dopamine is not working. We all are alive today because of dopamine. Okay. So you need to know that it's a chemicals which are at play, not you. So what should I do? I had to do pamoja. Pamoja means gladness. The mind should be gladdened. If you not, if you lose dopamine, that's it. It takes you off into depression. And that's the reason most of the meditators are depressed people. They have never seen gladness. They keep on searching for dukkha in the name of nibbana. So pamoja is the prime thing in Chittanupasana. In the Anāpanasati, we will be doing that. Pamoja, abhipamoja, not just pamoja. It should be abhipamoja. At this point in time, you need to check whether you have pamoja or not. Okay. Cushion meditation makes you feel depressed. If something is not coming, the dopamine level hits low, you feel depressed. You go and sleep basically. So this sleep means you're so withdrawn, you don't know what to be done because the dopamine is not working. Okay. So basically, that check your dopamine level. It shouldn't be too exciting. It shouldn't be too depressive. Exciting takes you to restlessness because you burn dopamine. And in depression, you don't have dopamine. There's no reward. You just start to see life is useless. There's nothing, there's nothing, there's nothing, this is nothing, that is nothing. And that is Mara. In the 10 armies of Mara, the second is the biggest one, Arati. Kamate Patamasena, Arati Dutya Muchati. This guy, Arati, is going to kill you for Anapana. It's not going to let alone you doing something. He will not allow you to do anything. You either feel remorse all the time, which is kukucha, or it will be completely shattered, dukkha. So when I see these people who come here, including Ashwin, I had asked Ashwin one day, why are you behind dukkha? And then he understood. One of the biggest obstacle he was having is that he was saying, he was thinking, when he got into, I don't know why, thinking that the bhanga state, what he was getting all the time, he shouldn't get it. I said, that is bullshit. Who told you that? And who said you should be gladdened? Why your face looks. And I told him, look at the Buddha. Once he became Buddha, the first person who saw him asked him, you're so pleasant, pleasing. Who is your teacher? You think any person who has a very face would ever be able to have a student, let alone teach? Just think. You ask yourself, why are you attending this? If my face looks gloomy, will you ever attend? Because gloomy brings in more gloomy. Adding two clouds is not going to bring a sun. It is going to add only gloomy state, right? And because of arati. This, if you don't remove, then it's beating yourself to death. So you get into dullness and dullness. It's lost. So what I should do? First thing, very first thing, realize that you are a human. Bring this back. You are not an animal. You are a human. And the next life will be human. So don't get into this wrong opinion that if I'm not in Buddha Dhamma, I will not be human. No. You look at Islam, there are more number of people than Buddhist. In fact, the whole world is becoming Islamic. If I were you, I would have joined Islam. I wouldn't follow Buddha. It makes no sense. Okay? If my idea is human being, why don't I follow Islam? What's wrong with it? So my mind is gladdened. Absolutely. Islam is not that good, let's say, in my mind. I'll go with Jesus Christ. That's the most easiest place I can be. Very easy. Nothing to do. Just go to church, have some mass, eat well, sleep well, buy, do whatever you want, and be with Jesus. It's good, gladdened. I'm glad. I am a Christian. I'm extremely glad about it. Excellent. And you might look it's counterintuitive. No, it is not. You have to be glad. Come on. There's no point in getting depressed. So I would rather follow Jesus Christ or Muhammad because they at least that makes you glad. I would do that if I'm so. And somebody asked me, Vilas, how are you doing? What to say? There's nothing in this life. It's all dukkha only. I've seen everything is dukkha. Everything is sorrow, man. You know what? Marrying is sorrow. Going to work is sorrow. Driving the car is sorrow. Walking is sorrow. Everything is sorrow. Then no use. Even committing suicide is sorrow, man. I have to put effort to sorrow. I have thought I want to jump out of the window, but the window will feel hurt, so I can't jump. I even thought about going on top of the building and jumping, but I thought that my neighbor will feel hurt, so I did not jump. Okay, something like that. And you lose interest in life. The worst thing you can do in Anāpanasati is to lose interest in life. Because sometimes I feel that is Kamachanda. Interest in life itself is Kamachanda. It's not. Interest is one thing and Kama interest is another thing, but now I'm lost. So I feel having interest in life itself is Kamachanda. Beautiful. That drops dopamine, and with dopamine going away, depression ensures. And a person who is depressed, nothing can be done. It's gone in this life because he misunderstood Buddha Dhamma, basically. And that's the reason there are two extremes. He went to this extreme. Attakila matanu yogo, dukkho, anariyo, anatta samhito. So what did he get here? Dukkha. And what did he get there? He's getting sukha, which is better, kama sukha, but it's limited. That's the only problem. That's it. Instead of that, he went into deep dukkha. So now somebody says, let's go out. No, man. Everything is dukkha. My teacher taught me life is dukkha, jati pi dukkha, jara pi dukkha. And he tells in Pali, this guy doesn't understand what he's saying anyway. So then, better that I sit here. Then that friend asks, then why do you go and shit? Yeah, I'm thinking that is also dukkha. Okay, please don't shit. So he stops eating. That's exactly what the Jain philosophy is. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Stop eating. Stop drinking water. Pull your hairs. Give as much pain as you can. That's arati. Never do this. Get into pamoja. So recollect the values of being human. recollect your last chance of getting into Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Okay. What does that mean? It means that let me learn it properly. Push yourself. Don't get into depression. It's the worst thing you could do is depressed. Because Arati is the second army of Mara. You didn't have to wait for 10 armies. The second army after Kamachanda rolled you out, flattened you out completely. In place of Anapana, you are flat tire. That's it. Okay, so reflect. It's far better to be in Kamachanda than being here. Yes, I'm telling you. Again, repeat. It's far better to be in Kamachanda than here. In Kamachanda, at least you have something to relish upon. Here, there is nothing to relish upon. You go to an extremity of this, coming out is next to impossible. You have to be medicated all the time, which anyway kills you. So you lost your life. So don't get depressed. Okay. With that, I will end for today because the next one, 8th one, is huge. And after that, we will see what is Ana and Apana. So first thing I need to work is these 8 obstacles. Those who want to know from where did I get this thing, go to Anāpanasati Katha. The first section is on 8 hindrances and its implications and what you need to do. He talks about paripantha, which means danger or hostile force that takes you over, and you have to take upakara, which means that which helps or supports you in this activity. I think tomorrow first half will go in understanding the akusala dhammas entirely. We'll go one by one, and then if that works out well, we should try tomorrow to sit, see each other without closing eyes and without yawning, like what Mrityunjay did just now, to watch the breath without blinking, meaning eyes can blink or can be doing whatever for half an hour. Just watching it. No closing eyes. You can try and see how much it can sustain. You can practice, you can practically see it. So the moment you remove one hindrance, it automatically increases your timeline of watching the breath. Okay. Any questions before we close? Tomorrow is going to be this interesting one. Yes, Bobby, go ahead.
Yes, when you meditate, like opening the eyes, is it beneficial, like to keep on one object, or is it like if your eyes are moving here and there? For example, when I'm seeing you,
you have to lower your gaze.
Lower your gaze, and then in that one thing.
So now let's say I'm keeping this. I kept it here. So I lower my gaze. I'm not seeing any one of you. I'm just watching that. In fact, that's the reason you have these statues of the Buddha or any other symbol, including cross, so that you can watch it and the breath comes automatically. That's still a prop, but it's a better prop than anything. Yes.
Yeah, I think it almost becomes like looking into space, right? When you have your gaze lowered, there's not much interesting to see. So you're just looking into space and, attention.
No.
Okay.
He says about parimukam upettapitva. And in that, he wants you to do 5 hindrance removal. Actually, if you see in MN 77, he talks about it, where he says, you go to a forest or to foot of a tree or whatever it is, and then he says, sit straight and look at abhijja, vyapada, thinamida, dachakukucha, visikicha. Same thing he has said in the Mahasatipattana Sutta. Here again, he uses the same thing for hindrance removal. So what are we doing now is the first thing is a hindrance removal, as opposed to watching the breath. All this time we've been watching the breath without hindrance removal. Now we are removing the hindrance so that you don't have to watch the breath. You got the point? See, when somebody asks you to sit, what do? You sit and watch the breath. But what Buddha says other way around. First, remove the hindrance.
So, Vilashi, when you are sitting, you always say about sitting meditation. It's not that.
No, you can sit. Right? You have to sit.
Yeah, so no, I have to sit. But when you sit only, this is applicable, right?
No.
Other times.
No, it is. I was talking to Akash, who was here. We have divided into 4.5 hours each posture. Okay, total is 18 hours.
Yeah. So when you walk or when you
wait a second. Let me tell you. So we walk. I walk. Okay, I walk and do the same thing. I should be able to watch the breath, right, without effort. So attention is on the face. The awareness is on the breath. And the body posture awareness automatically comes. It means I'm just walking, awareness comes. Then the heat or cold or whatever is happening, the sweat, etc., is awareness. Awareness starts to develop because I am not looking at any particular object and getting sucked by that object. The attention is not moved out. Attention remains. So for the next...
actually, basically attention widens.
Yes. No, attention stays. Awareness widens.
Awareness widens. Sorry. Yeah, awareness.
Yeah, awareness widens. So that's what I need to do for 1 full hour. And then I evaluate, how did it go? Where did it fail? Why did it fail? And then the next half an hour, standing meditation, I'm going to remove the hindrances, whatever I've seen during the walking meditation. And the next half an hour, I do the standing meditation. So I've stood for 1 hour, wherein half an hour went for the hindrance removal and half an hour went in standing. Then I sit for 1 full hour. Sitting meditation with cushion only. No need to that. No aversion for cushion. I take the cushion and sit for 1 hour. This time there are no hindrances because I already removed it. In walking and standing, I've removed it. So sitting becomes literally seamless. No pain in the body. Nothing is happening and I'm fully aware. And then I lie down for the next 1 hour. Lie down as in lying down without closing eyes. So in walking, no closing eyes. In standing, no closing eyes. And hence in sitting, no closing eyes. And in lying down, no closing eyes. And that's exactly what is there in that MN20 Sutta, where he says, Iriya Patha, steps for Iriya means posture. That's the step. Never change the step.
Okay. So, but the object of the eye changes in like walking, when you're walking and...
No, you see, like what I informed Shaniel, you just see that you keep walking and then you get the bliss. You get so much of bliss out that you now want to continue doing it. There's nothing like my eyes will now go here, there, or anything.
Not here, like, when you're moving, you're seeing the things passing away, right?
Yes, that's the reason you get that bliss, because now you're seeing it passing away, fading away. So you're seeing Khaya Dhamma, Vaya Dhamma, Viraga Dhamma, Nirodha Dhamma, and hence you get the bliss.
Yeah, I also noticed that it is helpful to avoid the sloth and torpor.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so especially when sitting and lying down.
Yes, so what Buddha recommends is first you walk, then you stand, then you sit, then you lie down, because then there's no need for closing eyes.
Mm. Yeah, I know. I notice Buddha always keeps in that order, right? Walking.
Yes, walking. But we are so accustomed to sitting that when we say meditation, take this.
Yeah.
Because
we made lot of sankaras like that.
yes, and we love sitting because it is so comforting. And Buddha says that is a subtle posture, and the lying down is the subtlest posture. So yeah, because when I have done a deep sleep, that means I've slept and then I again sit, I'm in that subtle and subtlest, right? So it takes me back to sleep.
Mm.
So I had to come to the energetic virya, which is walking. So walking, standing, sitting, lying down.
Thank you, Vilas.
No problem. Yes, Mangalaji.
Actually, I just wanted to ask you whether this steps, there are so many steps. And what I have noticed is, that it's not easy to do all the steps at one go. But for every step that you cover, you get you get peaceful. You are at an advantage. And but it's not what I mean to say. It's not an all or none law. Like you don't have to reach nibbana. You're just having that pleasantness, or you're getting an advantage at every step. Uh, is that possible? Is that true? I mean, that this is what I feel.
Yeah, one thing, Mangalaji, very good question. I don't think so anybody asked this previously, so I appreciate you. Is that in every step you should see piti, joy, so that it cuts off arati, which is dissatisfaction or boredom. Okay, so in every step there should be, even in sila, Mangala, you're keeping sila not because you have to keep sila, you're keeping sila because you want to be happy.
Yes.
So first happiness, or sorry, not happiness, first the joy, pamoja, gladness. You are glad that nobody blamed you today, right? I don't tell lies because nobody blames me. That means nobody said to me that, Vilas, you tell lies. How can you tell lie about this person? Then I'm feeling really bad, right? I need to either tell furthermore lies to cover up that lie, or I need to say, yeah, I'm sorry, I lied it, which makes me feel down. Harusavacha, harsh speech, makes me lose energy more than gaining energy. So I'm just, and then that person, if he's deaf, what a waste of being harsh on that person. Like that, if I really see one after the other, I am in search of happiness. I'm not here, I'm in pursuit of happiness rather than in pursuit of sadness. Sadness is there in the world. Everybody is willing to give their part of their unhappiness to you because they are also searching for happiness. So there's no point in interacting with people because everyone is unhappy anyway. So there's no point in taking more unhappiness in the name of happiness. What I need to do is I need to check whether I'm glad. I'm glad that I did not tell lies. I'm glad that I did not slander. I'm glad that I did not use harsh speech. I'm glad that I did not use this useless speech. I'm glad that I don't have abhiccha, which means it is called as covetousness. Then I'm glad that I don't have ill will. I'm glad that I don't have michaditi, which is wrong views. I'm glad that I did not kill, because if somebody puts me in behind bars and kill me, they can kill me. And I'm glad that I did not steal. I'm glad that I did not have sexual misconduct. So I'm removing the 10 immoral deeds because it gives me gladness. That's the first step. And I'm glad that I'm able to watch the breath. No effort. Absolutely zero effort. I'm glad. So every step gives you gladness. And hence there is no arati. And because of that, there is no kamachanda. Because I'm glad, more glad than these objects of senses. Let's say I buy another MacBook Pro. I already have two. And some stupid insect it bit me, and I felt I need to have another MacBook Pro. And I go to the same Apple store, and this time that manager will come out and garland me, saying that I've never seen such a fool in my life who keeps on buying MacBook Pro for whatever reason, but I still want to buy. And do what? It doesn't give me happiness. So I've seen Kamachanda doesn't give me gladness and happiness. I'm glad I did not buy. I didn't have to buy an external thing for my gladness. It's there within. Right? So I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. See the visiki, doubt comes why? Because I'm not glad. That's the reason the doubt is coming. After sitting for 1 hour, there's no gladness. So I don't know what did I do wrong or what happened. So I'm asking my teacher, can you tell me what went wrong? So then the teacher says, Vilas, this went wrong or that went wrong. And then I say, okay, next 1 hour, I should see some gladness. Absolutely. What if the gladness is already there? Right? So we all are in search of gladness to begin with. And that gladness is pamoja, which in another sense is piti, which is second jhana. So you need to remember that we all came from abhasara, which is the place where we all were glad. So you're searching for that. So Mangalaji, you're right that in every step you're searching for gladness. And only when the gladness comes, the dopamine gets released. And when the dopamine gets released, all the other chemicals, neurochemicals, gets released. And especially GABA, which makes you feel completely calmed. That what Buddha says, upasama, is GABA as a chemical receptor which gets released in the brain. And once it releases, it enters the bloodstream, then you feel, and the eyes open up with a great smile. If somebody want to search for GABA, G-A-B-A, search for it and you'll see. You'll see what that brain chemical does. And please remember, everything that's happening with you is happening in the brain. You trigger, it releases in the brain. You trigger this, it releases that. So that's the reason it's a process. There's no person there, just a process.
Very true. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
So, I'd like to add one thing that I know about lying down and meditation. Lying down, the moment you are still, if you are absolutely still and only on your breath, then your blood collects in the large vessels in the like the aorta and the superior vena cava. They have put in measurement. They've done the measurement of the blood and the release of the good corticosteroids from the adrenals has been measured. That again causes that gladness. I mean, that is again like you said just now, that everything is, it's your brain and your chemicals. Gladness.
Yes.
And this is a study that I had read a long back. I read a paper. This is very, very definite. So,
yes. In fact, yeah, sure. And just adding one other point is that when GABA gets released, many of your psychosomatic disorder just goes off, making you feel completely relieved. Many of the diseases.
Drugs are now being manufactured for that. I mean, I don't believe in drugs, but
yes, I know that. Yeah, because it is water soluble, so they are making it because GABA takes care of that. But then we need to know that person who produces GABA in his brain is producing it. it cuts off many diseases all at once. It's gone. It becomes totally healthy. That's very something crazy. Yes, but Chirag or Ari, I don't know who wanted to talk.
Yeah, just a clarification. I think right now you were saying every step should have gladness. I think you really mean every moment, not like physical step, but every moment you should have gladness.
Yes, Chirag, you are working even in the job because you want to be glad. I don't think so. You are working just for the sake of working. So
Yeah,
everything
yes.
we do in life, including marriage or whatever it is because we want to be glad. Pamocha.
Yeah, and I think the second thing was, I think just now, I think you tried to relate Pamoja and Piti, but what's the difference between the two, or is there no difference?
There is difference. Once we finish this one section, and then I'll cover the Piti because that's part of jhana. Pamaja is gladdening. You need to have a gladdened state of mind. Otherwise, arati will take you over. So it will make you feel life depressive. So first, let's get the wheels rolling. Now, at present, we are observing the car. We have still not sat in the car. You remember, Chirag, we went to that mall where there was a car and that lady was talking about some meditation, all that, that car like that. We are just sitting in that, mall, and then we are looking at the various features of the car. We have not even driven 1 meter. We are checking everything around the engine and there's a dashboard and seeing, okay, am I ready to start and all that. So we are at kick-starting or that sound has not come. We're just inspecting.
Okay, thank you, sir.
No, sure, no problem. But for that, the prerequisite is TMI, so don't forget it. Don't throw it at. Once you cross this over, out. But till then, don't drop both. Then it becomes a problem. It's always step by step. So Buddha Dhamma is 7 steps, right? So then that's what the chariot simile is, 7 steps. So TMI, Vipassana, etc. are steps. It's very important steps, but they're not end to it. Just starting point, and you finish it and done. Good. Throw it out. So we had to go get there. Any other? Tomorrow also will be a long session, I guess. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I thought you wanted to say something. Okay.
No, I'm just talking about Ratha Vinita Sutta.
Ratha Vinita Sutta. Okay, good. So, 2 things before we close. 1, Aranyagatava, Rukkamulagatava, Shunyagaragatava, Itipat, all that, whatever he has applicable for Anāpanasati as well as hindrance removal. Please don't mistake it. Both requires the same steps. So we have taken the hindrance removal first, as opposed to sitting and looking at so sato vasasati, sato vapasasati like that. Once we remove this hindrance, we are started the car. Oh, what a ride. So in a car ride, what is the biggest hindrance? In a nice car ride, what's the hindrance? If I could ask you. Let's say you have a dream car. What's the biggest hindrance?
No gas.
No money. Gas comes later. So we are accumulating punya, which is money for anapana. you can still take it. So basically, this hindrance removal is the money, dollars, for taking the car out of the showroom, and what a ride. And everybody's seeing your car and say, oh, the driver is so good looking, and the car as well. The car is this vehicle, this body, which shows up, and the gladding calmness, happiness comes in the face, parimukha, in the face. If the face looks with shoulders drooped, like I think we covered that some time ago. Which idiot will take that car, you tell me? Looking at that, people feel, no, sorry, this is a wrong number. I think this is not the car I need. Okay, so that face should be something different. No lacking energy. Okay, all right. See you tomorrow then. If nobody else has question, we'll end it. Or any comments? Last comment, first comment, no comments. And Rituji, hope you understood what we are going to do when you are here in the next 3 days' time.
Yes, sir.
Good. And Chirag's mom is also coming, so it will be interesting for her to do something different, what she never did in Australia. It will be good.
Yeah.
Good.
I spoke to her. It was really nice to speak.
Okay, good. And the good news is that she and another lady, doctor, she's also Dr. Vaishali, she's also coming by same Udyan Express. So I told both of them to meet up at the station and come together to the center.
Okay, so they have company.
They have company. So they both are going to come at 6 a.m. and you're coming in the afternoon.
Yes.
And that's it for this session, which is very good. Next session, we have 8 people, 8 females. I have a trouble in making them sit or stand or walk or whatever. So it's good that only 3 of you are there. And one is Akash, who is continuing for a few more days.
Yes. It will be really good, sir.
Okay. All right. Good day and good night and good afternoon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, Vilas.